My brothers and sisters, the Lord is with you.
And also with you.
And this is a reading from the Holy Gospel according to John.
Glory to you, Lord.
Early in the morning, on the first day of the week, while it was still dark, Mary of Magdala came to the tomb. She saw that the stone had been moved away. So she ran off to Simon Peter and the other disciple, the one Jesus loved, and told them, "Jesus had been taken from the tomb. We don't know where they have put him." At that, Peter and the other disciple started out on their way toward the tomb. They were running side by side, but then the other disciple outran Peter and reached the tomb first. He did not enter, but bent down to peer in, and saw the wrappings lying on the ground. Then Simon Peter arrived and entered the tomb. He observed the wrappings on the ground and saw that a piece of cloth which had covered Jesus' head, not lying with the wrappings, but rolled up in a place by itself. Then the disciple who had arrived first at the tomb went in. He saw and believed. Remember, as yet they did not understand the scripture that Jesus was to rise from the dead. And this, my brothers and sisters, is the good news of our salvation.
Praise you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We look around this morning, and those of us who've been here from the beginning, Father Benny, Brother Richard, and myself, Charlie. Where's Charlie? Is he here? There he is. And we think about, we had maybe 14 people on a Saturday night. The collection might have been $90. And Charlie's smiling. You better smile. And look at us this morning. And it's not because of who we are as Franciscan friars, but it's because of who the Christ is that we've come this morning to honor. We listen during this Holy Week, and the attendance during this week was beautiful. We went through the days of preparation with our Jewish brothers and sisters who began the Passover last Monday night at sundown. And we journeyed with Jesus during this time, feeling what he felt, going through that horrendous so-called trial that he was put on, seeing him hung between two thieves. And the only person that we know who called Jesus by name was one of the men crucified with him. When the thief said, "Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom." The only time someone calls him by name. And how many times do we take that name and throw it on the ground and step on it? How many of us do it? I do it. Forgetting what came about because of Jesus' faith in God our Creator. Such a strong faith that he was willing to accept what came his way without question. And how many of us constantly question? I think of the story in the gospel where Jesus is in the boat with the apostles. And they're going from one side of the lake to the other. And Jesus falls asleep. And a storm comes up and they go to wake him up. And they say, we're going to drown. Don't you care? And Jesus gets up and of course there's a calm. And he asks them one question. One question. 4 words. Where is your faith? And they were amazed. And they said, who is this that even the wind and the waves obey him? And that's us. We're in the boat of life. And when things are calm, everything's okay. We're in charge. And then something happens. A divorce, someone dies, someone moves away, someone loses a job, and then it's, oh God, where are you? Much like Jesus said, my God, why have you forsaken me? And his faith continued. And then we're asked, where is your faith? Mary Magdalene goes to the tomb. All the guys were gone. All the ones that I love to refer to 3 of them as the 3 Musketeers, Peter and James and John. Gone. Gone. And who's there? The woman. The one woman announces Jesus into this world, his mother. Another woman announces Jesus resurrected. And she goes and tells Peter and the rest of them finally, and they sort of get out of hibernation. And they go to the tomb. And Mary, who we refer to as the apostle to the apostles. They go to the tomb and they look in. And we heard. The cloth is one place. The wrappings are another place. And then we think about Lazarus, the one that Jesus raised from the dead. Lazarus comes out of the tomb because he was summoned. But what's the difference between Lazarus coming out of the tomb and Jesus? Lazarus came out of the tomb bound to his humanity. Jesus said, unloosen him. Needed help. Couldn't do it on his own. But Jesus comes out. The cloth is one place, the wrappings are another. And the cloth which covered the head of Jesus was not lying with the wrappings, but rolled up in a place by itself. And there's a significance to that. If you go to a dinner and you get up and you take the napkin and you throw it on the table, that means you're done. Rather that you're coming back to the, wait. That means very simply that I'll be back. And that's the significance. Jesus comes back to us. At times, we're the ones who separate ourselves. But there's always the question, where is your faith? We show it this morning. We're here to proclaim the resurrection of the Christ. My brothers and sisters, let's walk with that spirit today, and may it become stronger within us each day. Because Christ is risen. Christ is risen indeed. Pray for me as I pray for you. And may God bless us and keep us. May God's face shine upon us and give us peace, now and always. Amen.